Someone.
Okay.
Someone. Anyway,
Yeah, I was going to say Saints by 18. I
fair
guess,
enough.
you could have a new coach by then, couldn't you?
I would be surprised. I think if they are going to make that sort of decision at the club, which to be honest would surprise me, but if they are, I think we'll wait until we've had the 2 games against Huddersfield in July.
Okay.
Um, we'd be expecting to win both of those. If we don't, I think that's when a change might happen.
Okay. Fair enough.
But I do think a change has to be being thought about at the moment because Lamb's not getting it right.
No.
Right, we move on to your game. Monday night, 7:45. You're at home to Salford. You should be well rested, seeing as the old Rona Robins have done for the derby for an extra week. So, what say
Yeah,
you?
I think it'll be a win for us. I mean, I think Salford will still have players serving suspensions, weren't they? And again, they're backing up a very short turnaround. So I'm going to say us by 16.
FC by 30.
Whoa.
Salford are going to be decimated by that point. In fact, what I should predict is FC by 24, shouldn't I? Because I think it could be a casualty this game. But we shall see. Monday night we do have a Sky game as well, 7:45 p.m. kickoff for Warrington versus Leeds. Again, I can't see Leeds getting anything like what they should have back on the pitch. Why are by 20? They'll need to bounce back after a defeat at Wigan, won't they? So why are by 20?
Yeah, wire by 24, and that's not meaning as in a walkover.
Then Tuesday night, the round 13 doesn't finish because one of the games isn't happening. The Hull KR Catalans game doesn't happen until the weekend after, I think. Or it doesn't happen at all. We don't know when it's going to happen. But the last game that we currently expect to be played features Castleford against away at Huddersfield. With the nature of those injuries being slight on a lot of the group, and if they can kind of keep the COVID situation together, I would expect they'll be able to play this game a week on from the one that's been cancelled. I don't know who'll win it though. Who do you think?
I'm going to go Castleford by 6.
In that case, just to be different, because I really don't know in this one, I'm going to go Huddersfield by 6.
Yeah, I think it's a difficult one, but actually, like you say, a lot of Castleford's injuries are slight, and you'd think that giving them another week, they'll give them a lot of them 2 weeks rest. And if the reason that they're not playing this week is because of COVID things, it's not an injury, is it? They can still do training, albeit from home or whatever.
Yeah, and you'd think, I mean, that game will be Tuesday, the 6th of July. Then they'll have another game coming up on the Sunday against Salford, which is probably a nice opposition to have the week before the Challenge Cup final. And I think that'll give them that building they need, given that they've missed some games as well. And had patched up sides for some games. I think they probably do need the 2-game build-up. I've talked a bit about Castleford still needing to find their form if they're going to be as good as they can be against St Helens. So hopefully that Huddersfield game will be on for Castleford for them to build and hopefully beat St Helens. Talking of Castleford versus St Helens, that's the women's Super League game of the week. That's the game on Twitch next Monday night. Castleford versus St Helens. And whilst we're talking about that, actually, we should check in and see what happened on tonight's Twitch game. That I'm really sad that we've missed because of the recording. And see what happened between the Wigan women and St Helens women. Although it doesn't seem to have happened. Bear with me. Nope. Doesn't seem to have happened. According to, I can't find anything about it on Twitter. Weird.
Maybe it was 24-0.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be. Well, that's a real shame. No, it's not there. It's not happened. Anyway, Castleford versus St Helens next Monday is should be on Twitch and is the women's game of the week. What other games of the week have we picked out, Sarah?
In the championship, we've picked Bradford against Batley, which is played on Sunday at 3 p.m.
Yeah, that's third versus fourth, isn't it? So that should be a cracker.
Yeah, and the League One, we've gone for Barrow against Doncaster, which is also on Sunday at 3 p.m. It should be another good game. The NRL Brick picks.
Yeah, we've got the Bulldogs versus the Seagulls Saturday at 6, the Raiders versus the Titans Saturday at 8:30, the Knights versus the Cowboys Saturday at 10:35, the Broncos versus the Sharks Sunday at 5 a.m, West Tigers versus Rabbitohs Sunday at 7:05 a.m. So that's your Saturday and Sunday morning sorted out, guys. Make sure you get your fan views in on the next week's games for our next show, which will be on Wednesday the 7th. I think that'll be our first time we've ever done a normal weekly show on a Wednesday. But yeah. Let's look forward to that with all of your fan views. Let's now move into the wrap up for episode 307. SLP quiz time, Sarah. What have you got for me?
So I've got a Who Am I? And they are all players who played in Friday night's England versus Combined Nation All-Stars.
Oh, good. So I've got a 1 in 34 chance.
Yeah. So I've had to make a late alteration to the quiz because one of them, all the answers were given earlier on in the show. So there's going to be 3 clues for each player. And 3 players. So player number 1 was born in Levin, New Zealand, and is eligible for the Cook Islands.
I don't know.
Clue number 2, he had his contract terminated at Manly in 2009 for disciplinary reasons.
I'm not sure. That's most overseas players who come to this country.
And final clue, he took a urine sample test for another player.
Kenny Edwards.
Yes. Player number 2. He's a product of the Huddersfield Academy.
Do I only get one guess per one?
Well, you can guess 3 times if you want.
Oh, right, okay, because I would be saying Jermaine McGilvery.
Not in this case.
Okay.
He was an England Knights player in 2018 and 2019.
Cruz Leeming.
Yeah. And the third one was that he was born in Lubamba, Eswatini, also known as Swaziland.
Yep.
And player number 3, he's played for the Indigenous All-Stars 5 times in Australia.
Who's good? That was in that side. Don't know.
His Australian clubs are South Sydney, Parramatta and the Gold Coast.
Who came to here from the Gold Coast? I don't know.
And your final clue is that he is currently with his first Super League club.
You've really pushed the vote out on this last one, haven't you?
Yeah. I was determined to get one you wouldn't get.
Yeah. Right. Let's think. Right. So who does that rule out? It rules out Kensio. It rules out Matauti technically for his first Super League club, but he played for Newcastle, didn't he? So it's not one of those. I can't think of anyone who played for the Gold Coast.
Do you want me to tell you?
No, give me a second. I don't like not getting them. Oh, Nathan Peets.
Well done, yeah. Excellent. 3 from 3 there.
Good stuff, Sarah. That was a real test, that last one. I enjoyed that. What recommendations, etc., do you have to tell us about?
Okay, so I have got a recommendation, although after something that happened tonight, I was slightly thinking maybe I wouldn't make it as a recommendation, but I'm still going to.
Oh, are you shuffling about?
Oh, sorry. I just moved my leg. Yeah, so my recommendation still stands, and it's rugby league related, but it is that to complete the referee training course. Joshua did it on Monday last week. It was a 3-hour online, like a Zoom call. And it was really, really well run. And I highly recommend it, even if you're just, whether you're wanting to go into refereeing, whether you want to go into playing, whether you just want to find out a bit more about how refereeing works. I just really highly recommend it. Did
you come out of it more informed, do you think, then?
Yeah. So it assumes a basic knowledge of the rules of the game, so you're not taught that. But yeah, it gives you a lot of sort of game day information, and takes you through some of the slightly more technical rules. And as well as Becky, who was running it, who's in charge of refereeing in Huddersfield and that area, the Kirklees area. There was also a guy who is a touch judge, and I think another guy who's involved in refereeing as well. So just getting their input on things and sort of positioning of officials and things like that. It was quite interesting.
Did Joshua ask any inappropriate questions about Liam Moore?
No, he didn't ask any inappropriate questions about Liam Moore. I've had the feedback that he was very engaged and asked good questions.
Excellent stuff.
Although Joshua was slightly concerned because your details get passed on to Liam Moore. He's the referee that's responsible for overseeing appointment of new officials.
Okay.
And so Joshua did shout to him on Friday that, you should be sending him an email by now.
I mean, that's the nicest thing Joshua's ever shouted to Liam Moore.
Yeah, he was slightly perturbed as well by the fact that Liam Moore would have his email address.
So, is Joshua going to use his newfound refereeing knowledge for good or for evil?
Well, he was keen to point out where...
Basically, what I'm asking is, has it helped him get a more balanced view of the action in front of him, or is he still very much one-eyed?
Well, Grandad did say if he referees anything like Liam Moore did on Friday, he'll be confiscating his whistle.
No, that does sound really good, though. I know they've been running like online courses, haven't they?
Yeah. And it was only £10 as well, which I think is just such good value, even if you're just interested in, as I say, in, finding out a little bit more about it.
Yeah, for sure. And the more people who can get involved in refereeing or just understand the what the referees go through, I think it would make a more informed and better audience for the sport.
Yeah, she just gave a few real life examples and, about how, how as the referee you've got the ultimate decisions, even if you touch, there's the case of a touch judge saying that player bit that other player, and the referee was unsighted, made the call to send off the